So I'm ungluing and sticking my jumpsuit pattern that I found. I am in the second week of the hackathon, and I struggled. The original pattern I picked, it wasn't hackable because it was perfect as it was. So I'm hoping this can be tweaked a little bit. So we shall see. Looking at fabrics, I've just picked this out of my stash. This pattern has quite a lot of scallops, and I think it's going to be easier to do with something a little bit more structured than sort of a viscose. So I've picked this out. I've had this ages, I absolutely love it. And this will work for both things, because if I'm going to do this sort of belt, this will work with this. But I'm also thinking this might be my final look for it as well. So I'm gonna make it up in this as a shorts, and I think I've got enough because I want to hack it into trousers here. And obviously I'll have talked about the it's Kadia. I'm hoping I'm saying the name right, and it is from the Nuage Jumpsuit that I'm using. That's a pattern that I'm going to use. So yeah, I'm happy with all of these now. I think they all work together, and I think the bib is going to be, or the belt's going to be great in this sort of taffeta, I think. No, is it a taffeta? It's like a satin. I've got 2 meters of it. It's really structured, but it's going to elevate whatever I make anyway. So I'm fine with these. So this is exciting. I didn't think I was going to have enough fabric in this to make the belt, and I'm going to have. So I'm being a bit savvy, and I'm going to cut out the front and the back, and then I found this linen that will work as a facing. I didn't want any lining because I don't think it'll be structured enough for these curves. So I think this linen will work brilliantly. So I'm happy. So I'm going to have sort of 2 different looks, I think, from it. I'm absolutely loving this shape already before I've even revealed what it's going to look like. And the colours are just like so vibrant. It's so lovely. I'm enjoying this so much. That's looking so good so far. Just let's hope it fits. This is sort of my Toile, whatever you want to call it, before I go into the other stuff, but I am loving that so far. So this is a tale of 2 halves. You make each side up separately and then stitch it together at the end. So the front was already done, and I've just done the back. This pattern does say to put the zip in now, but I'm leaving that out because I just want to double check the fit. And also I'm hoping it fits me. That's the only thing when you do something like this. I should have maybe done a tile first, but hopefully it will fit. And this will be my tile 12 for before I start onto my other fabric. That was the easiest way of putting a shoulderless, not a shoulderless, a sleeveless garment together I've ever done in my life. That I'm going to show you how to do that one. That was amazing. These instructions are so good. I've got it together, but I'm gonna have to go to work, so I need to put it together. But I've put it on my mannequin now. I've been panicking that it's not going to fit me, but I think it will. I've tended to be going for the bigger sizes, and when I'm doing the bigger, they're too big at the moment. So hopefully this will. It's a size 42. And I love it. I really love it so far. Obviously with my vision with the pattern that we're both hacking, that's going to go around the bottom, I think it's going to be really good. And I'm going to stop there. I need to go to work. It fits. I'm dead happy. So this was like my Toile, I can never say it, and it really fits really well. I've got the zip to go in. I didn't put it in because I was worried in case it didn't fit me, so I was right to size down. So this is a size 42, and what I'm going to do for the hack, because this is how it is meant to be with a belt, but what I'm going to do for the hack is make the legs longer and obviously use different fabric. But honestly, it's so lovely, this pattern. It's so cute. I don't know whether you can see that. It's really nice. So the belt is going to sit along and it's going to make it look like a peplum. But I've got another idea for this as well, to make this most probably part of the hackathon too. So totally excited about this now. When I first started, I wasn't too sure, but now I can do it. I know I can. So when I'm making something, if I haven't got any visible stitches on the outside, I don't like doing a hem at the bottom and having a straight hem. I know I'm a bit like, I don't know, I just don't like it. So everybody has a blind hem foot, and you will see that this is my sewing machine. I've got it back. Long story, but I've not had my sewing machine for 5 months, and I am so excited that I've got it back. So I have put the blind hem foot on, and I have turned the hem, and then, oh, it's moved on to a buttonhole. So anyway, I'm going to turn it back. Why has it moved on to a buttonhole? I must have pressed the wrong thing. Sure, I didn't know. Technique. And I want a blind hem. See if it works. Yes. So everybody has got a blind hem foot, and basically it goes across, it just puts one little stitch across to hold your hem in place, and the foot you can see closely. God, you can't because I've got my hand there, but if you can see there we go, it has a little groove at the bottom here, so that helps keep this in place as it's flicking over and making the invisible hem. And I'll show you the results in a second when I finish doing it. So now I know that the jumpsuit fit really well, I can start on this beautiful fabric, and I'm hoping this behaves as well as that quilting fabric, especially when I come to doing the bodice with the scallops and things. So I am doing, the way I'm going to hack it is I want long legs. I love this detail at the front, that's staying, and I also want some sleeves. I can get some sleeves out of this fabric. I think I've got enough. If I don't get sleeves, I'm fine, but I would like them. So basically, all I'm going to do is elongate from the shorts. I'm just going to check the length that I want it against a pair that I've already got. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And then obviously cut these out in a longer length. I don't know whether I'm going to cuff or elasticate the bottom. I've done that with a couple of jumpsuits recently, and I really like that look and feel of that, so I think I might do that, but I will wait and see when we get to it. So it's exciting times. It's getting cut out. I am absolutely loving this already. I've obviously draped it against me and stuff like you do when you're sewing, and it looks so good. This though, it absolutely it frays like a bitch, honestly. It's really bad. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to put something a little bit more stable at the back to create those scallops that obviously I managed to get really lovely on here. When it's quilting fabric and linen, it's a totally different ball game, but hopefully I'll get there. So I decided to go for a satin back for the facing, and look at the difference. So obviously I thought I'd cut that as perfect as I possibly can, but this shifts so much, this fabric, but luckily it looks like it shifted the same. So once I cut around here, it should be fine. And I'm so glad I'm putting some sleeves in, because I don't know whether I'd have got that matched up exactly as I pulled it through. But here we go. That's how I'm dealing with it and what I'm working with, so we just have to go with it. I just love it when everything lines up perfectly from top to bottom. This fabric is a bit of a witch like. I'm getting there though. But look how drapey those trousers are going to be. It's going to be perfect. just when I thought everything was going so well, I ironed this earlier and I hadn't turned the ironing down, and it did catch, but I didn't think anything had happened, but it obviously had. So that means unpicking this, unpicking all of this, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to I'm going to invisibly mend it myself. Just use it. If I match the thread up, I think I'll get away with doing it that way. Blinkenel. I absolutely love it. Love it. It hasn't been the easiest to do. Obviously with me burnt hole somewhere. Can't even see it now. The fit is amazing. Size 42. I love the legs. I am not going to thingy on. I've got my leggings on underneath and my sports bra. I do this every time, don't I? Try on without the appropriate things on. And the zip needs to go into the back. But I couldn't be happier with this. And so this is the pattern that I have hacked. And next you will see the pattern that we've both hacked. I'm going to put some sleeves in. We're just going to put really simple sleeves in. I might try and do a little bit of a scallop actually on the bottom of the sleeve. I think that might look nice and in keeping with the neckline. The neckline that doesn't look quite right yet. But I'm on track. Ready to post. Ready for the big reveal on Sunday. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So first I'm going to show you a narrow hem, a 3-thread narrow hem. The menu is in the booklet that I got from Babylock when I went to do my training. So the colours are on. I never normally use 4 colours the same. I always tend to mix my colours and mix with whatever I'm going to be working with. And it says here upper looper or 2 needles, so I need to take one of the needles out. This has got a really handy little thing at the side here that pulls out, and it has a magnet on the top, so I can pull that needle out. And then I can put it in the magnet once it's come out. So for my little mock-up hack for this jumpsuit, I've measured my waist, which is 32 there, and then I've sewn right along, and I'm going to turn that back out. I've already pre-done this on the overlocker, some of the gathering stitch, but I'm going to need to pull that a little bit tighter to go around. And then I just finished the end off with a rolled hem or a really narrow hem on the Babylocker, so that I can, it's got a really nice finish. And also, as I was saying before, I don't like to see any stitching marks when I don't need to, because the rest of it hasn't got any on it. So as good as that overlocker has done the gathering on here, I know I need it to be smaller. So if you go onto the side that has the 2 stitching lines, you can then start making it a little bit tighter. Sometimes it does it straight away and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And I can tighten this up now in intervals right the way along and make sure that all of those gathers are even. But it's because it's been overlocked, you know that it's not going to come out at the ends and things. What I'm trying to say is, you know, it's secure. So I know that I can gather that further along and then still do the figure of 8 that we would if this was done with the 2 lines of stitching. So I'm just going to put that in and do the figure of 8 and then I'm going to just work my way along, and I'm going to take it and gather it a little bit further along as well. There you go. Much easier than them 2 lines of stitching. They drive me insane. I never do that anyway. I think if you've watched my YouTubes, you'll have seen that I do the zigzag stitch. And just be careful you don't pull it too much at the bottom edge. I've just done that and it's pulled it out. So I've just done my zigzag gathering. There's loads of tutorials I've done on that on my YouTube. So I have just added this to here now, and you can see how even they all are. Sometimes obviously you'll get it right exactly with the distribution. This time I needed to take it in more, but I didn't calculate it, I just did it. If you wanted to, you could do the maths and work it out on a scrap piece of fabric, and work it out, and then you've got it exactly right, if you're that way inclined to do it. But I'm just a doer. There's no like method and rhyme or reason. I just do it, and if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. I think of a solution then. But yeah, that's how you can do your gathering on the Overlocker. And I love it when a plan comes together. My little peplum. How is it gonna look on here? The idea is this now has been taken from daytime to nighttime. The little peplum going on. It looks really cute. Really, really cute. I really like it. So the idea was that this belt obviously was the one that we were going to hack, and obviously I've showed you pictures of that. It was a big long trail that I decided to just tack into like a little peplum, and the reason for that is to take this jumpsuit from like a totally different look from, I would have thought this would be a nighttime wear, to a daytime beach wear. It looks totally different, doesn't it? The peplum really elevates it and looks totally different on it. And also it helps when you go to the toilet, I think, because I won't have that all. It would have been hard, basically. I made something similar to this before, and I put it all in one, and it was a bit of a pain. Go on the loom, I can't lie. But yeah, it's I'm really pleased with this. This was just my practice run, so I can't wait for you to see the other. Oh, you might have seen it before now. Obviously, I'm doing a vlog on this one too. But yeah, this is definitely coming in my Malaga packed case. I can't wait. Also, it's like 2 looks for 1, isn't it, as well, when I go out. Yeah, this is so good. Sewing gods have definitely been on my side tonight, because look at that. So a little try on. I love how these sit at the front, but the back sits off a little bit. I haven't pressed it, so I'm going to press it and see what that's like, but I think I'm going to turn those pleats into darts at the back so it sits nicer. That won't disturb the zip or anything, it just needs pressing down. But yeah, I need to call it a night. I've put the belt that I made for the short one round, and I don't think that one quite looks right. So for this, I think I'm just going to go with how the designer had it, because I think a big long trail in that pink. I'll show you the pink. It's this that I'm going to do it with. I think that's going to look amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I think I'm going to keep that, and then I can use this for something else to go on to something else too. That just sums the day. I've just been talking for about 5 minutes and realised I hadn't put it on. I'm getting to the final stage in this, but it is driving me a little bit crazy now. I'm looking at the bottoms. They don't look very even, although I've just cut them with the I cut them thinking they were going to be. The back, I've done one coming out, one going in over, so I need to change that. And then I'm not really happy with how the front's fitting. The obviously when I did the Toile, I did it in cotton, which was used for quilting, and that just worked perfectly, but this just moves. I've sewn the sleeves around, you know, so that I can put the sleeve head in properly, but I don't know whether I've got that exactly right. Anyway, it'll be all right in the end. It will be all right in the end. So I'm just loosely draping this around now, and I think this might be too heavy for what I want to do with it, that inspiration that I've seen before. So I have got some orange, so I'm going to try that too. So hard to tell, but I think once I get the horse hair in this and flick it out a little bit more, the structure of that the jumpsuit I seen was more like this, the fabric. So I think I'm going to go for this, you know. I think it looks lovely on top of it, the orange. No idea what shoes I'm going to wear. But yeah, I think that. So I'm watching this brilliant video now on how I form the peplum that I need to. So I've laid my fabric on the floor, and I know that I need to make my waistline. Then this is going to form that straight edge and around, and I'm just going to have it all in one go. I think I'm just going to do it. I've looked at the instructions. I know my waistline radius, although I think it might be more than this is showing. So I'm hacking. I'm literally going to hack. So I've initially cut it and realised that I've done it the wrong way. I want this cascade to come down the left side. So I've flipped it, but it is in two pieces. So I'm going to cut another one now. Look at my nice straight line there. And then I'm going to just literally free whatever it as it comes around, free cut it. So the instructions there were great. I've got it so far, but it's not going to go right the way around, but I want to add another piece in here the same length. So I'm going to take it most probably around, and I'm just going to free cut it right the way down and round in sort of a semicircle. The flow of that is gorgeous, and how it's hanging is really lovely. And then obviously with the horse hair in, that's going to make this sort of stick out and flow more. After trying my last video and trying it on, I'm getting excited again now. But yeah, so I've got 2 holes in this fabric, and I'm just going to lay it out on the floor, and I'm just going to cut it and go for it. So I've marked, this is the front, so I've marked there because I want this shorter. Then if you imagine, I want this to go right the way around, and then I've marked the back length, which is there. Because the pattern I'm hacking is symmetrical, I've not thrown it away, but I've took obviously the measurements for this top, which were great. But I need to just free it, I think. I'm just going to go for it. So I've got the front done. I'm loving that. I've just looked at my inspirational pic, and where I've brought it right round is quite similar to the pattern, but what I need to do is take this down to here. So I think I'm going to half it. I think if I half it to here and replicate it, then that'll be about right, because the bottom here's all of this weight needs to go. It just sort of drapes on one side, and then I just need to fill in this little bit at the side so that you've got like that little kinky kick pleat thing there. I think I'm getting somewhere with it. God, hacking is not for the faint-hearted, let me tell you that. So I've done that, so that's the front, and I've actually got more fabric at the back than my inspiration. I think I just need to lose a little bit more. Sorry, I'm flicking around there, but not that much off that bottom bit. I think what I said before was actually, I know what I can do. So I've reversed my fabric so that, oh God, this is rubbish how am I showing you this. So I've reversed it so that that would have been the front, and that works for me. So basically I just need to cut it in half and do them two bits. This fabric cost me £3, so I'm not wasting loads of fabric or wasting loads of money, put it that way. So yeah, I think once I've got that in half, I think that will work. I looked again and they've got it in two pieces, so they've got that piece, and then it means me splitting that right the way down, and I don't know, because I think it looks nice as it is. So I'm going to leave that as it is, and wait for this horsehair to come. But I think I might get a better shape on the back if I do it. So I think my heart's come with enough for right now, and I'll come back to it. So I've sewn the two halves together right the way down, and I've sewn the horsehair into it. I'm going to trim it off, and then I'm going to press it, and I think I'm going to put like a hem on the outside to make this more rigid once I've pressed it. I've just held it up and it is doing that sort of concertina, I don't know what you'd call like that flow anyway. So hopefully this is going to work, because I wanted to. So I'm still not sure if I'm there yet, but it is getting to where I want it to be. I want those, I want it to sort of flow. Oh, goodness me. And this needs to be straight down. I didn't want it to go over there, so I need to sew that bit off there. Once I get the other side on, we shall see. Oh, look. Oh, actually, look at that. It is doing it there. It is doing it. So I ended up hacking the the sleeve right down for the thing. I didn't want it not to stay true to black designers throughout the full thing. So I've put that in. It had to be really reduced because I didn't have a lot of material left. And I'm just going to elasticate that bottom up so that, and I'm going to put like a little sleeve in there as well, like a cushion. But it looks so lovely. It looks so different with that sleeve in. It's really good. So I've just got elastic to go in there. My little thing is working. It's getting there. I think it's going to work. Like I said, I've already got one that I can show you. So if it doesn't, I've got another one. So here we are with the main jumpsuit that I have just added sleeves using the Normie pattern. That really popular one, but I've had to reduce them absolutely tons because I didn't have enough fabric left, and the bottoms, they just weren't hanging right. So I've added elastic in the bottom. Asked Leggy what he thought, and he said it was great if I was going to a pantomime to be Aladdin. So that didn't help, but I do think it looks better, but I still feel they're too short. So I'm going to add a cuff to that. I was going to have a cuff to the sleeves as well, but do you know what? I like how they're sitting. But I think I'm going to add a little puff because I want a little bit of a lift on my shoulder. And for some reason, this shoulder keeps falling down. That one's fine, but this one keeps coming off my shoulder. I had thought of doing those little straps, you know, to put around your bra to keep it on, but I don't fancy undoing that every time I go to the toilet. So that ain't going to happen. So as far as this goes now, for the belt, Aisha's belt, I think I'm going to leave it singularly and cut it in half. I've tried with the other one. So I've faffed on with this one. I've done it so it's double, and I've put the horsehair in. And it's just not hanging right. But I've just draped this round now, like fully round, because I wasn't doing that before. So I have the tie here. And then I'm still going to put the horsehair in, I think. But I'm not going to worry about seeing the inside. I don't know why I thought that, because that is hanging so lovely, and it takes that look completely from the plain jumpsuit. Oh, that's not very plain, is it? But it takes it to a different level, I think. So I'm just going to add that, and I think I like this. I could split it in two, but I think that shape around my stomach and stuff fits and feels nice, and it has gone into those ruffles. So do you know what? I think I had it. Oh, look at that, how that's cascading now. So I think I had it and then I went off a bit on it. So I'm going to put the band round. That dimension was absolutely perfect, that it mentions in the pattern. And yeah, I'm going to wear that, but it also, I think I pinned it to me. I can't swing it round, but it fits symmetrically if I wanted it to as well. But yeah, I think I'm getting there. God, this blinking project has taken over my life, but I still need to do something about that there, and I need to press this. But I love the sleeves. The sleeves are lovely, and I love this jumpsuit pattern. So nice. So get them bottoms sorted. I think they look different because of that as well now. Anyway, I'm rambling. I need to go to work. So I haven't got ready for work. I've just added this to the top. I think I'm going to use this. I've just looked at what fabric I had left. I think I've got enough to make that into a gorgeous bow here. So in the same fabric. It would have been great if I'd had the same fabric. If anyone has got some of this fabric left, let me know. But I think the contrast looks good too. So I've sewn the horse hair, I'm sure it's called that, in right the way around, and now I've flipped it and I'm sewing top stitching right on the front of the belt that I'm making now. So I had to stop videoing for a while because I'm running out of time. I'm packing to go away tomorrow, but I think I'm there. I have got a pink and I didn't know whether to overlay that as well, but I just think time's not on my side and I don't want to rush anything else. But I do think like the gist of what I wanted to do is there. I found some shoes that are so comfortable for me because my feet are weird and they fit really nicely to wear with it. I think they're going to wear. The only problem I've got is the coat shoulders to keep coming down. But again, at this stage in the game, I can't really do an awful lot about it. I might take some out of the body a little bit and that might help. And also I'm going to put a puff, and I've put elastic in these now twice, too loose. So it's just little rookie errors as I'm getting there, but I am getting there. Well, I have to be. Getting on a plane tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing these pictures in Spain while I'm in Spain. So I'm going to be walking around Malaga looking like this, which I think is a little bit of a jazziness. So I've added the sleeve puff. I've now made the sleeves too tight and it's not coming out, it's staying. That's the third time I've put them in. And I've altered this a bit. I've brought it round a little bit more And I think it looks more like my inspirational pic there. The inspiration was in 2 pieces, but I like the layer of that. I think it looks really lovely. So I'm actually really pleased with it now it's done. Obviously you'll have all seen it on the internet by now, not the internet, on Instagram, because I'll have shared this by the time I've put this YouTube out. I can't say this fabric is the easiest fabric to work with. In fact, it's a bit of a witch, to be fair. I still feel like that's not quite right here, but it's not falling off my shoulders anymore. I've corrected loads of, obviously the bottom wasn't fitting properly, it looked rubbish, so putting the cuffs on has worked that. So much problem solving has gone into it in a way that I'm wishing I'd made these bigger, but again, I think that looks so cute. It does. I'm absolutely, I'm not even thinking about changing anything. My little horsey stuff's worked. I think that makes a lovely little added twist to that bib. And hopefully I've done the patterns proud, both of them. So, well, 3 of them, because the sleeves were a different pattern as well. So Black Designers Week for the hackathon has been a success for me, I feel. Hopefully you like it too. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Leggy thinks it's look like Aladdin, and he said, am I going to have to walk around with Malaga with you looking like that? And I went, yeah, and take my pictures and smile at the same time. But I'm sure we'll be fine. I love it. All done, all done, all done.